Oh, Nintendo.
Okay.
I love you guys, but you guys are complete fools sometimes.
I will agree with that.
I'm trying to be as calm as I can, but they just really make me feel so stupid sometimes.
Listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You're paying $20 for an online subscription. Which is an amazing deal when you compare it to other I remember companies. If you watched us play, I forget what part it was in, but if you watched us play Metroid Prime 2, I said in there, I was like, I have a theory. And it's becoming truer and truer as time goes on before the online service comes out, which is actually out today. Haven't bought it yet.
Doesn't it come out tomorrow? That was September 18th. Today's the 17th. Pretty sure they said 18th. Right. Okay, I got my date mixed up. Alright, I was right then. So I was trying to remember earlier if it was today or tomorrow. But if you hear an echoey sound, people, it's not the mic. That's me drinking my protein shake for my dinner, since I have shakes for my diet now. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Like I said it in my Metroid Prime 2, one of the episodes of Metroid Prime 2. If you watch that series, and it's been a theory of mine, and it's becoming truer and truer as time goes on. And you know what? I feel like if people don't buy into the service, which people will because they want to back up their save files, not even that. People just buy it just because it's Nintendo. Well, yeah. And also because you can't do anything without paying for the service anyway. You can't play online, so Splatoon's dead, Mario Kart dead, or every other game on there is ARMS, anything they use online. And a lot of games use it, and people are going to want to play it. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If we're paying $20 for a service, and not a lot of news has come out about it until recently. What if the service is just you get what you pay for, $20. Microsoft is $60, Sony is $60, and you get all this shit. Listen, you pay $60 on Microsoft or a Sony console, but it's better off you get it for Sony than Microsoft, only because of the fact that you get free games every month too, so that's even better. Yeah, but here's the thing though, with Sony, you're getting technically, and I don't know when they're gonna stop doing the service for it, but you get PlayStation Plus, which spans across PS3, PSP technically, if it even works, PS Vita, and PS4. So you're getting more bang out of your buck for $60 right then and there if you own a family of consoles and systems from Sony. Xbox, you're getting Xbox 360 and you're getting you're getting Xbox One. And technically, if you do backward compatibility, you're literally getting a ton of games online for free, backward compatible with the Xbox One. Yeah, $60. It's kind of like Netflix, but for Xbox, and it's actually their service. I heard with that is actually really brilliantly designed. Yeah, but you're paying $10 for that. That's the Xbox One Game Pass. That's an amazing deal, though. I have to give them credit for that. They deserved it. Here's the thing, though. I'm gonna lay this out, and then I'm gonna point out the points that Nintendo doesn't do what other companies do. You have Sony. You pay $60. You get the online service. Nintendo has that. Not sure how well the online service is. If it's an upgrade to what we already have, or it's a downgrade, or just the same. We don't know yet. But the true game that will test that will be Smash Brothers in December. So wait for that, and we will find out if the online service subscription really does any well. You get to cloud saves. Sony gives you, and I know for a fact, they give you a gigabyte worth of cloud data service, meaning you can store up to a lot of games of saved data on there, because saved data does not take up much space at all. It's literally probably maybe a couple megabytes here and there. I don't know the exact numbers of each game or off the top of my head, but you can get a lot of games for a gigabyte worth of service. You never lose it.
And even when your subscription runs out on, like, say, PS Plus or PSN in general, they give you an extra 6 months to renew it to continue everything. They don't just immediately delete all your stuff, so that's actually plenty fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the 6 months, though. I mean,
No, that's what I've been seeing everyone say when I've done research on this and listened to other people's opinions and stuff. Like, Sony does that. Nintendo, it's just like, oh, tough shit, immediately, sorry. You're losing all your stuff right now.
Also, even though it's not really a feature that Nintendo can do, and not because they don't have the technology for it, it's just they don't have two consoles to do it with. With Sony, if you get PlayStation Plus, you can do cross-play compatibility, which means you can do like, you pick up a game for the Vita if it even, matters anymore.
Yeah, like to 5 people out there that even still have a Vita anymore.
I mean, I still have it. I play.
You're one of the 5 people.
I'm one of the 5 people.
You know what Sean from RGT85 brought up that I totally agree with? And he's not wrong on this at all, as I just stated. Nintendo immediately deleting all of your backup saves for any of your Switch games you have backed up with this service coming out. If you don't have money at the time to renew it right away, it's the equivalent of someone like your landlord. When you're away on vacation for a month, you come back to your apartment, and then you're just like, oh, sorry, I didn't know if you were coming back or not, so I took all of your stuff. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
It's just
I remember that.
Okay, no warning, really? Like, that, he's not, I totally agree with him.
I mean,
it's very similar.
I mean, I'm sure if Nintendo...
comparison.
I'm sure if Nintendo is doing that, they're gonna have at least a warning saying that your subscription is going to expire. Please renew, or all this will happen.
If they don't give any warning and it just happens immediately with the snap of a finger after if you say you get the 1 month subscription like a month later, that is complete and utter bullshit.
No, see, here's the thing: if you're a company, because literally, and I don't even understand why you need to subscribe to this though, to do this, but it's a perk, and I get it.
The only reason right now I'm going to even subscribe to the service at all until Smash comes out, so I'll have more of an incentive to use it anyway, because I don't play a lot of games online on my Switch. But right now, when I start doing it, the only reason I'm going to be doing it is so I can back up my saves. I don't want to lose all my data in Breath of the Wild or Mario Odyssey or Sonic Mania Plus or freaking Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, or any other game.
Well, that's the thing though. It depends on
or Mighty Gunvolt Burst for that matter.
Yeah, but it all depends on what company wants to do and what's not, and they're giving the option Nintendo giving the option of the company to either opt out or opt in for it, which I think is bullshit because Sony doesn't give a Sony and Microsoft, they don't give a fuck. They're like, here, you're paying $60, take this cloud saves storage, and you know what?
You don't need to.
All you gotta do is it says, okay, your account is tied to your console. Well, let's look in your console. Oh, you have 50 games, 50 save datas, or more, depending on how many multiple saves you have on each game. Okay, we'll put up to 100. You have 100 saves? There you go. Doesn't matter what company it is, but it's up to... And you know what the bullshit thing is with Nintendo?
Just the service so far seems like it's a complete joke.
Yes, but you know what that's especially worrying about that and why they don't want to do cloud save on certain games?
It's because of cheaters, I know. And that's a stupid reason.
It's because...
They're punishing people like us for something we didn't do because of some assholes online on because they don't want to... the game.
No, it's not even that. It's literally they're being too lazy and saying, well, we're going to give you all these features for the game, blah, 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 this and that. But when it comes to online saves, it's like...
And so it's like, yeah, I love Nintendo, but at the same time, as I remember Rich said once, they take 5 million steps forward and then take 5 million steps back with everything they do. They do something that makes me proud to be a fan of them, and then they do something that makes me embarrassed to be a fan of them at the same time. It's like, god damn it, Nintendo, why?
Because you're paying for a great console. You're paying for the Switch, greatest console probably in this generation right now, because you can't take it. You can't take a PS4 with you anywhere you go, and you can't take a Xbox One wherever you go. And the Nintendo Switch allows you to do that. And you know what?
It's a unique system.
It's a unique system, and if you're on the go and you wanna do this stuff and play online and whatnot, you're gonna have to pay for the $60. For the $20 for the online service, or if you're smart and you're a bunch of friends, You could pull all your money together and spend $35 and up to 8 people. And
up to 8 people, though, from what Yang Ye did in a video he did the other day, he said that, like, if you do the math, that's a little over, like, $4 per person. And
if you do 8 people, yeah.
Yeah, that's a little over $4 per person. For 8 people, that's actually an amazing deal.
If you only do 2 people, though, you take 35 and divide it by 2. That's technically...
You're still getting a good deal, regardless. Like, that's the one thing I'll give them credit for. The pricing point for the service is actually not bad at all. No matter what way you slice it.
Yes,
it's actually, they got that down right.
Yes, but I'm going to go back to again. You pay what you get what you pay for, and $20 doesn't seem like it's happening because
you get a half-ass online service for $20.
What I don't get though is like, why doesn't Nintendo just go and fix their online servers in their games instead of fucking up and saying, well, you can't do cloud server. Like, the two biggest games you can't, you can't do it with is Splatoon 2, and that's one of the games that people are outraging the most over because
people have spent Pokemon Let's Go games as well.
Yes, but Splatoon's out right now, and
yeah, true.
Technically, if you want to play online, you're gonna have to get the online subscription. But putting all that time and effort, some people are over at 100 or rank X now, probably whatever the fuck you rank you are, but you're pretty high up there. What happens when you break your Switch? Nothing. You can't. That's it. You're done.
They say, "Oh, sorry, tough luck, Billy. You gotta get a new Switch, or you just gotta restart all your saves all over."
I know, and that sucks. And you know,
restart from the beginning.
And you know, some guy. Sorry. And this is the same thing too. And the most bullshit thing ever too. Like, some guy hacked the leaderboards in Splatoon 2. And he's like, please, something. He changed the online leaderboard so that
he hacked the leaderboard to make it beg Nintendo to like do something about the online cheaters.
Yeah. So please add anti-cheat as the 4 players in the top of the ranking.
And you know what their reaction was?
They banned him.
What their reaction was? They didn't do anything other than ban him.
They banned him.
That's all they did. But about the problem itself. They ignored it. They brushed it under the rug.
Listen,
it's like the equivalent. It's what they did is pretty much like the equivalent of a child hiding the sheets after.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I've downloaded and I've looked at and I haven't been able to play it yet because Splatfest has not been out yet. But this is being recorded on September 17th. The new Splatfest is coming out September 22nd on a Friday or the 21st. To the 22nd?
That's on Saturday this week.
Yeah. So, it's coming up this weekend, and you know what? I like the features of what they're giving us for Splatfest now, the newest features. But it's like, what's the point if you're not going to fix the online, if you're not going to fix the leaderboards so people can't cheat? And I know they're changing things around so they can kind of circumvent that, but it's like, you know, just give us what we want. Fix the online service, fix the cheaters, and then you can add cloud saving. You won't have to be so you know, protective over your games or whatnot. Like, no matter when one person fucks up on a game, no matter what it's related to, meaning if you cheat in the game, if you make a fan game out of it, if you mod the game, if you do this, if you do that,
then they just punish the rest of us.
They punish the whole people. It's like, well, you know what? Now because you have a homebrew hacked Nintendo 3DS, and you go on the Pokemon Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon or whatever the fuck game you're in the Pokemon series that you're playing on the 3DS, and you get the online service to work, it's like, well, you're banned automatically because your Switch attacked no matter what you did. I mean, not your Switch, your 3DS.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because those games aren't on the Switch.
No, but on the 3DS, it's like, you know, you didn't intend on hacking your 3DS to hack Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, or Sun and Moon, or whatever. If you didn't intend to do that, but you intended to go play emulators or add some cool feature that you can't get on your 3DS because of Nintendo, you know, not giving it to us or whatever, and someone else developing it, it's like, well, you know, tough luck for the rest of the human beings out there. And you know what? If that comes down to it, people are gonna come at us, or come out at you, Nintendo, and say, well, we're not going to pay for your online service anymore. You better give us what we're paying for. If you have to up the price a little bit, be my guest. If this is going to help you in any way, quote unquote, help you, then be my guest. Up the price to make it a standard $35, and you can make it $40 for the family service, or whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care, but just give us what we want. And I'm not saying give us more and more features, because, I mean, those are great, but
or at least make it fair for everyone.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever you're adding right now, make it 100% foolproof working. Don't just give us a... Don't just say, well, I'm going to put Nintendo in. I'm going to put a console into the oven, but I'm only going to turn the Switch halfway.
By the way...
So your Switch is now half-baked. How do you feel now?
Alright, so let's jump over from that whole angry
well, there's one other thing, though, that I want to talk about.
Because after this, we have another topic we want to talk about and discuss that's very important.
Yes, I also want to talk about this, though. And here's the thing, though. And this is what is bullshit, too. Okay? And I know Nintendo doing it their own way and slightly, but it's still a wrong idea in the sense. You go on Sony, you go on Microsoft, you got PS4, Xbox One, latest consoles out there. You pay for the service, $60 once a month. You'll be able to download, or not once a month, but in the span of every month. And Sony's better at this because they have more consoles to release, so they have more consoles that work on the PlayStation Plus service, so I'll give them credit for that. But you get one game a month for each console that has the service on it, meaning Xbox One, you'll get one Xbox One game, and you get one 360 game, and you can download for free as long as you have the service. If you don't have the service, you can't play it, but until you get your service back online, you can play it. Now, and I mean, not just saying, oh, the service is active and you can't get it online for amount of time, whatever, blah, 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 you can't get it. No, you can still get it. And the same thing with Microsoft. You pay for the service, you get one game a month for Xbox One and one game a month for 360. Because the 360 is still going strong.
Yeah.
Now, with Nintendo, we're not going to get any Switch games. We're not getting any Switch games.
All you get is NES games.
All you get is 20
online functionality.
20 NES games, and the games that are on there aren't even that great of a package, because
some of those games are great games, but it's like, I'm not gonna spend $20 specifically so I can play them online with people. I mean, if I have enough friends, maybe I'd do it.
No, it's not even that. It's like, you could, like, Super Mario Brothers 3 is a good game. It's a good example of that. You could play it online with people.
True.
I would love to play that with you.
That would actually be very cool. I'd love to do that.
But here's the thing, like, you're getting games like...
But is it really worth it?
No, but you're getting games that are technically built in to the, what do you call it? Actually, no, they picked out better games for the NES Classic than what we got on here. But the games that I haven't played that we're getting on there, I've never played Ninja Gaiden fully because I don't care to beat that, and no one else is going to play that online and be able to beat that with you. Because if your service sucks, listen, if your service sucks right now, if your online service gets it the same as it is right now, and you don't like upgrade the servers to make it a better experience, you're gonna play Ninja Gaiden online with a friend, and you're gonna have lag on your.
No, man, it's like Smash Bros. Bros.
It's like you're playing remote play. Not remote play. You're playing screen share on PS4, and you don't have a good connection, so it lags. But you're doing the same thing here. It's like, why would you play Ninja Gaiden, one of the hardest games ever built, on the NES, online with someone, when you know that you need super precision, lag-free.
Wi-Fi?
No, lag-free controls.
Oh.
First off, so, put it this way. The only way you're ever going to get that, 100%, is if you play it on an old-school CRT monitor or TV. Now, because you have a TV, no matter what TV you have, unless you're playing it on a computer monitor with an HDMI cable, you're not going to get lag-free anything. There's no way to prevent lag on a modern TV, unless you use the game mode and go into it and, really know how to, like, set the settings up, and you can lower it down to a good point. But taking all the lag that you get, no matter what, on a modern TV, as low as you can get it, adding the online, if it's any worse than what we got now, and playing Ninja Gaiden is going to be the worst thing in the entire world.
Yeah. Alright, so let's move on to this, because this is also another thing I wanted to discuss. The very famous leaker that has only been wrong really about 2 things involving anything. One was a Castlevania Switch collection. So far, he was wrong about that. Maybe sometime next year they'll announce it. I could be wrong. I could be right. Who knows? Maybe he could be right. But for now, no. Also, he was wrong about Simon Belmont being confirmed at E3, but it happened 2 months later at the August 8th, 2018 Smash Direct.
Well, I feel like that was already inevitable when the start, if they were gonna...
This is Vergeben. He recently had a source from Core magazine, and they're very notorious as a source for gaming news, especially Smash, as of late. And Vergeben said on GameFAQs... .gamespot.com. I don't know why that's called that now, it's weird. And we're going to talk about this a bit. This pretty much confirms the Gen 7 Pokemon fighter that is going to be in Smash. I'm sad it's not going to be Decidueye, because I wanted him, but this I highly believe, because this guy is almost always right. He even predicted Isabelle, which recently got confirmed at a trailer for the recent Nintendo Direct. That he predicted, he was right on that. He also predicted characters like Snake, Wolf returning, Ridley being announced. He got that right.
Decidueye, I don't think would have been a Pokemon because it was released in Pokemon Tournament.
That doesn't really mean anything, though.
It does, because they don't use...
Lucario was in Smash, he was in Pokemon Tournament, so was Pikachu and Charizard.
Yeah, but that's different, though, because he was already in Smash first before it became Pokemon Tournament.
And Ryu was in Street Fighter. He came into Smash.
Yeah, that was before, though. That's different.
But anyway, this is what he says. The Gen 7 Pokemon that isn't Decidueye, Lycanroc, or obviously not Mimikyu is Incineroar. I finally heard that it is Incineroar from all my main Smash sources, so there you have it. As for the roster, in the very least, Incineroar and Ken are left. I've had people tagging me nonstop for the last day or 2 about the box theory, so I will address that. I've been in contact with my sources about it. There's no confirmation as of this moment whether or not that will be it for the launch roster. I guess I might as well end by saying that if you think this game won't be supported further after launch, well, that's not a smart assumption to make. I think he means you, Jeff.
Well, I'm saying...
I'm joking.
No, I know. But I said he may or might not do DLC. You can't...
He will definitely do it, but not right away. He'll probably take a vacation first.
Yeah.
At least for a year. The Square Enix character that I heard about is an interesting exception in all of this when it comes to the box theory, and my knowledge of there being a character of theirs comes from someone who's never had a habit of being wrong. Even if that really is all for launch, it's not the end. For the time being, it is a waiting game. They're going to contact me if they hear any contradictions or information they can offer that confirms or denies the box theory. So the box theory, Jeff, which you've heard about from Game Explain, and I've been hearing about it a lot in the past few days, is because the special edition coming out that has like the Switch with the download code for Smash on the Amazon listing, I believe it was, it like had only 2 slots left that were blank, like on the box.
Yeah, but they didn't put Isabella though on that box.
That's true.
So you can't say that yet until the game is out.
So people were assuming that means there's only 2 characters left because of how the box's layout was. But they can always go back and re-edit that and change the layout of the box to add more characters and slots.
I could do that right now if I wanted to, if I had GIMP or Photoshop or something.
So one thing I definitely agree with GameSplain and anyone else I've heard talking about this. 2 characters left. I don't believe that at all. That feels like it makes no sense. It feels unbalanced because we've gotten 9 characters so far, including Isabelle. To get only 2 more, that doesn't really feel right to me. Plus, I thought for a while before Isabelle that we heard there was at least 5 characters left, including her. That makes, if that's true, 4 left. I'm expecting at least 4 characters left, and 1 is an Echo. 3 brand new characters that are their own unique character. But if there has to be 5 characters, I'm assuming 2 of them are going to be Echoes, and the obvious choice for me, because of all the evidence pointing towards both of them, is definitely going to be Shadow and Ken. Everyone in their grandmother is saying that for both those characters.
You know what I'm thinking though? And would have made more sense for Smash Brothers.
And obviously one of the 3 unique coming, as we know, definitely is confirmed because of the sources, although still take it with a grain of salt if you want, up to you. I'm believing this. Incineroar is definitely going to be one of them.
I can believe Incineroar, and I could
totally believe it, because every Smash game ever has had more new Pokemon characters to represent a specific gen. Well, they skipped 3 and 5 already.
I feel like they're going to add 3, 5, and 7.
People are suggesting that theorizing that if they add Gen 3 and 5, it's going to be Gardevoir, and an Echo Fighter of Gardevoir would be Gothitelle. But I don't think that makes sense, though.
But they've never done Echo Fighters of Pokemon except for Pichu and Pikachu.
True, and now Pichu is what they refer to as a semi-clone.
Yeah, but he's not an Echo Fighter, so they've never done it.
Yeah, exactly. He's he's kind of a clone, kind of not a clone.
Yeah, he's too different enough to be an Echo Fighter, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
What I think, though, is going to happen is they're going to give us Incineroar, and they're going to give us probably a Gen 3 and a Gen 5.
I really wanted Decidueye, but if we get Incineroar, I'll still be happy. I mean, I like fire Pokemon, and he's a big brawler type Pokemon. He's kind of looks like a wrestler, and he looks like he's a fighting type, but he's not. He's fire and dark, but he's got brute strength. He's got like this villainous vibe to him because of how like his design is and how terrifying and menacing he looks. I actually would love to play as Incineroar.
You know who I would love to play as?
He'd be very different.
Who would fit Smash more than what people are suggesting?
What?
I wouldn't want Ken. And here's my theory.
He's the original clone before Smash even existed.
I know.
He's pretty much just another skin of Ryu.
I know, but you know what they can do though? You have Pit and Dark Pit.
Yeah, right? True.
You have Samus and Dark Samus.
And even though there are some notable differences with them, still Dark Samus is
an Echo.
Yeah. But just because someone is an Echo, though, to be fair to Ken and Shadow, to be totally fair, just because someone is an Echo Fighter doesn't mean they have to be exactly the same. They could have some differences. Well, look at Chrom. Chrom's technically a semi-clone, but he's being counted as an Echo Fighter. He's got elements from 3 different characters. What is he, an Echo of Roy? He's got elements from Roy, elements from Lucina, and elements from, I believe, Ike. Like,
a little bit.
He's got different things going for him, so he's like on a whole nother level from, even though he's considered an Echo Fighter. That's why I'm like, he's considered one, but he's a bit different than what you expect.
He's too much of a clone to do anything, to be anything. He's taking moves from other characters. It's like you just mashing character together and came up with Chrom. But what I'm thinking of here is that
I'll be back. I'm going to let Jared in. We are discussing a theory about Smash that I just discussed because pretty much by a very reliable source, Jared, Incineroar was pretty much confirmed by this guy who's never been wrong with his predictions. And also what he said is we're getting 5 more stages that were not announced yet. And supposedly, I believe we're getting like 4, maybe 5 more characters.
How many stages are there? Isn't like
103. 103, but counting the 5 that were confirmed by CoroCoro Magazine, which is a very reliable source, we are getting 108, so there's going to be 5 more to show off. So I'm detecting a huge Smash Direct is coming up at least next month, or maybe early November, to drum up more hype for the sales, keep the hype train going. But pretty much Incineroar was confirmed as the Gen 7 rep that's coming to Smash Ultimate. And I totally believe that, because the person that's leaking this info has not really been wrong with anything, aside from Simon being confirmed at E3's Direct. But then he got confirmed 2 months later at the Smash Direct, so he was technically not wrong. But Jeff, who do you think we're getting Echoes and new fighters, and how many do you think we're getting of each? I think we're getting at least 3 newcomers and 2 Echo. Well, obviously 2 newcomers, because Incineroar we know pretty much is one of them.
Captain Toad.
Captain Toad could actually be a good character, though.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. 1, he's in the background of the New Donk City stage. 2, he can't jump, so Sakura would have to work her way around him not being able to jump. And I've heard people saying maybe he's able to, like, as part of this moveset, like, throw his bag at someone as an attack and then just start jump. He's able to jump when he's not wearing it, but it makes him weaker when he isn't wearing it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I heard someone saying that. I don't remember who, because I've been listening to tons of videos theorizing on who they think could make it in the game and why. It makes sense. I mean, it'd be cool to see him there, but I just don't see it, especially because he's already in the background of a stage already.
True.
Then again, in Dreamland 64, King Dedede was always flying in the background when you're not playing as him, and then when you do play as him, you don't see him in the background. Did you ever notice that?
Yeah.
I really think they might add another Final Fantasy character.
I don't know about that.
If they do, people are saying either Zack Fair, who's not really as known, or Sephiroth.
Snake back, right?
Yeah, everyone is here, dude.
Everyone, so
there's people are saying either maybe Zack Fair from A Crisis Core because he was pretty popular, but he's not as how many people do you think even know about him when you compare him to Sephiroth? Come on.
Yeah.
Sephiroth could be his own fighter, but if he worked as a Echo fighter but had some different moves, so he'd be kind of a
He could be an Echo fighter, though. He had too much of a different moveset.
Well, as I said, he could be a semi-clone, where he's kind of similar, kind of not.
Well, no, he had too much. His moveset too different, though, from Cloud.
That's true. I think he could work his...
I would love that.
I would love that, but here's the thing.
I want more villains, though.
Oh yeah, no, so do I. That's why I'm glad they're adding like Dark Samus, King K. Rool, Ridley.
You know what I was gonna say though before, when people are suggesting that Ken gonna be an Echo fighter of Ryu.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that, Jack.
I don't believe that 100% though.
I don't know if I do either, but I'm saying if they have to, then I think they will. To fill in an Echo fighter.
No, they have to. You know, what would be a better choice though, in my opinion.
And then the obvious choice, which everyone in Nancy agrees on, is Shadow.
You know, what would be a better choice in my opinion.
What?
Because I was saying before, if you go from you have Dark Samus, you have Dark Pit,
Lucina.
I'm saying a dark character.
Oh, of the dark theme that they're doing with the dark counter.
And you know what would be the easy thing to develop for?
Woohoo.
And not even putting Ken in there, just put Evil Ryu.
Ooh, I didn't even think of that.
It's just right there. All you have to do is turn him purple, give him a purple aura, and the only thing different is his attack is higher and his defense is lower. That's about it.
And he's not a skin alt for Ryu, so...
That's what I'm saying.
I also like to see Akuma.
I was thinking that too. I heard someone say it the other day, or I think it was you, so I'm like, that actually is a good idea too.
Akuma?
Yeah.
Speaking of that...
Akuma or Evil Ryu, I would like that.
Speaking of that, I forgot to text you yesterday, because I was going to send you a picture, but I couldn't get it.
You actually are you're the first one I've heard suggest Evil Ryu, and
it would have made more sense than Ken, don't you? For Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And I think you're the first one that suggested Akuma. I do love that idea, though.
I forgot to text you yesterday and take a picture of it. I work with a Jamaican guy, and every time I work with him, he gets his hair all fucking different hairstyles and whatnot. So he really came into work with a Akuma hair.
That's funny.
I was like, this Akuma guy trying to fight me at my job.
You should have went up to ask him, hey, are you gonna get in Smash Brothers as an Echo fighter for Ryu?
He wouldn't know what I was talking about.
I remember seeing a guy once at my brother's girlfriend's party for 4th of July, and he legit looked like E Honda.
You told me that.
He was he had a shirt off and everything. He looked exactly like E Honda.
Wasn't that at Caitlin's house?
Yes.
Yeah, you told me that.
He looked exactly like E Honda, and I'm like, oh my god, it's E Honda.
But going back to Smash Brothers, okay, so for Street Fighter, I would either Evil Ryu or Ken.
Wait, no, sorry, it wasn't E Honda. I think he looked like Zangief. That's who it was.
No, you said E Honda because he was so fat. Zangief isn't really fat. Zangief is fucking buff.
He had the mohawk, so I think it was
Zangief ever since Street Fighter 4.
I want to just get this going because we still have to go to the movie.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
And I also want to get food at the theater because I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, me too.
So Evil Ryu or Ken for Ryu. Evil Ryu seemed like a more plausible option because of he's the easiest way to develop. Just make a skin.
True, but here's the question: how popular is he when you compare him to Ken?
Well, no one really plays with Ken as much as they do. They go over Evil Ryu now, but it depends on the popularity in Japan, though. That's really what it is.
Yeah, true.
But I can see a Final Fantasy character, but I don't think I see Gino way over the top.
Yeah, I totally see Gino. Plus, here's the difference.
I don't even know who that is.
Gino is from Super Mario RPG,
I never played it.
It's an amazing RPG, and it really started the chain of great Mario RPGs. If it wasn't for that game, the Paper Mario series... if it wasn't for that, the Mario and Luigi series and Paper Mario series wouldn't even exist. It started the line of great RPGs, even on the Super Nintendo. It inspired Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana and other great classic RPGs and SNES. So it's this one character, he's a badass doll who grants wishes, and he has freaking guns for arms, and he can turn into a cannon, and he can grant wishes. It's a freaking cruelly potentially dangerous but unique fighter.
You know what the thing is, though?
And people have been wanting... I think
they have a lot of Mario characters already, you know?
This one will be different.
You know what I'm thinking, though?
No one else would be like him.
You know what I'm thinking, though?
True.
And he's from a different game, too. He's a Square Enix character, too, because Square owns the rights to him.
Here's the thing, though.
That's why he hasn't been in Smash ever, and Sakurai's been wanting to put him in since Brawl, and he couldn't, because at the time...
And then they definitely will put
At the time, Nintendo wasn't on good terms with Square Enix, because of what they were doing with the N64 back in the day, where they didn't want to listen to them with putting games on discs. They went for cartridges. Square Enix got pissed off at them for that and decided not to really have anything to do with them anymore for a while. But now that they're on good terms again, I can totally see Geno coming to Smash now.
Here's the thing, though.
Sakurai said himself, since Brawl, he's wanted to put him in, but he just couldn't.
Here's the thing, though. I understand that if Sakurai wants to put Geno in, and if he can do it, let him do it. But here's the thing, though. I have Square Enix in the place of being likely to anything about Square Enix, though, likely to be in Smash Brothers besides Cloud, because Cloud's already in there and already been in there and confirmed already.
Yeah.
I have low expectations for wanting a Square Enix character only because it's too soon to put a Final Fantasy character in when they're literally just saying we're putting every game on the system now on the Switch. And
Geno seems like the more likely candidate.
Geno seems more likely than Final Fantasy, but lower than other characters from other franchises you could put in because of the fact that the last thing Geno's ever been in
he was a cameo in the arcade in Superstar Saga.
No, he would not. He would not because...
In the original one.
In the original one. They had to take him out.
Yeah, they removed him from the 3DS.
Yeah, they had to take him out because of Square Enix.
Because Square Enix owns
the last thing that Geno's ever in officially was a skin for the Mii Fighters in Smash Brothers Wii U.
Yeah,
3DS.
And a lot of characters they did that with ended up getting the treatment of becoming characters this time.
I know.
So I doubt for a second that he could...
Yeah, but I don't... But being a skin is one thing, being a character is another, and I don't... And because of Geno not being in the new Super Mario RPG, Superstar Saga, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga,
the remake that came out.
The remake, he was not in there, and it just showed, and that game came out after Geno was a skin in Smash Brothers, meaning we don't know what the likelihood of Geno even being there, because Square Enix doesn't seem like they care enough about Geno, so I don't know what if they're gonna allow it to be or not. But
if they're allowing, to be fair though, if they allowed him to put Cloud in, I feel like they could allow him to.
I don't understand that, but Cloud's been way more popular than Geno ever has been.
True.
So, but it depends on popularity in Japan versus America and vice versa.
To be fair though, Chrom was more popular in Japan, Dark Samus was more popular in America, and
I know
both of them were chosen as Echo Fighters.
I think Sakurai's just catering to all fans now, but
he is. He's trying to please everybody.
But here's the thing though, if we're gonna get, like I say, any characters, okay, Street Fighter, Evil Ryu, or Ken, a Final Fantasy character, or Geno for Smash Brothers from Square Enix. I'm thinking Skull Kid's going to be a character. And
I think that too, very much.
If Skull Kid's not a character, it would be a really missed opportunity because he can't be a clone of anyone else. He'd be a brand new character.
It'd be a huge surprise if he's not because of all the theories, the fact that he was one of the many who was in a trophy, got replaced this game by the movie.
But they haven't announced what...
And he had a Mii Fighter outfit, technically, with the Majora's Mask, and half the characters that have had that so far, at least a few of them, have turned into characters.
True.
King K. Rool. Was Ridley an outfit in the last game?
Never.
He wasn't.
Never anything.
He wasn't. Alright, I didn't think so. I couldn't remember.
No, it's just Isabelle was never, but she was an assist trophy in the Wii U version.
Yeah.
But
quite a few characters had the treatment and now they're playable.
Okay, so before we end this part, and then I'm gonna talk about Isabelle. Like I said, Ryu gets Evil Ryu and Ken.
I hope you're right about
Square Enix will either get Geno, and I still have low expectations on that, Geno or a Final Fantasy character, but Geno more popular.
Geno makes the most sense.
Geno makes more sense, but lower expectations still for the overall Square Enix. Pokemon Incineroar, I believe that 100%.
I understand.
When she went to go open the door for Jared, I read a forum really quick. It was like, well, why are people so upset over Incineroar? And it's like, when people were saying,
I'm not upset. I'm not
upset. I'd just rather see a different Pokemon.
That's what people were saying.
Some people said this. Some people either prefer...
But there's so many Pokemon.
And someone called out every single skepticism on Incineroar, like right off the bat, they were like, why don't you want Incineroar? And everyone was like, well, Gen 7, the starters, the design of them weren't that popular as like others. And I'm like, okay, but everyone said that what the fuck was it? The fire monkey.
Chimchar?
No, the evolved.
Infernape.
Everyone like Infernape. It was more popular than Incineroar, but he's a flaming monkey. So you're gonna hate on a flaming cat. You're all specialists right now.
I just feel like he was just too like his body up here is too big and the rest of him was too small. He's just awkwardly drawn.
I get it.
Incineroar.
Not everyone likes him, but if I
don't like the whole wrestling thing with him.
And he makes more sense as a fighting character, though.
I like the 6th gen, the fire one, the magic one.
Delphox.
Yeah.
Some people want Delphox over anything because. But then to be fair, we already have one Gen 6
rep,
which is
Greninja. Is really slick, and she looks.
I would love because the Greninja didn't show off his final smash, but I would love it if it was Ash Greninja though.
Ooh, I hope that happens.
But I don't see it happening because it's not. They don't do transforming in it. They don't do transforming smashes anymore.
Yeah, they don't, which is kind of disappointing.
I mean, if they do it, they could do it like how Wario is right now, where he's just Wario Man, but he just attacks and then you're just instead of you.
It's like an automatic final smash.
Yeah.
So who are you gonna say next? Do you agree with me on Skull Kid? Because I
think Skull Kid's gonna happen.
I would be shocked if he doesn't. Honestly.
And I'm gonna go half and half because I'm always against this.
They're adding more villains, but he's more of like a trickster type character.
He's still a villain though, but
he's also.
I'm 50-50 on everyone, and I'm going to explain this really quick why, because then I want to talk about Isabelle, and then we have to wrap it up.
And also, look at Hyrule Warriors for Skull Kid's potential moveset. You can base it similar to that.
Yeah, but he can also base it off of the Assist Trophy, too, though.
Yeah, they could do both of those things, maybe, do a combo.
So, Ibaryu, Ken, Geno, Final Fantasy character,
obviously
Skull Kid,
Shadow.
Incineroar, and Shadow. I'm going 50-50 on it only because
Shadow might be an Echo Fighter.
I would like him to be an Echo Fighter, but here's the thing though, it's up to Sega if they can get the licensing for Shadow to come up.
Well, yeah.
And no matter where you were in Japan or where you were in America at the time of Shadow game, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
It was regarded as one of the worst Sonic games out there.
That's the game, but the character's liked a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing. The character's extremely popular, and he was very popular in the Smash
games might have sucked,
but it's up to Sega though, because I don't want an Echo Fighter because Shadow has too many of his own moves. He used to cast blast, he cast control, he used a bunch of different things.
He could have a few of those moves, but also be similar to Sonic.
No, I don't. I still don't want that because Sonic in itself was a weak, and not a bad character. He just had a weak moveset, and Sakurai could have done a lot, and they could have added. They could have added. Sonic's.
What if they add Sigma?
I would like that as a Mega Man X represent.
They kind of added him to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Who?
Sigma is the villain from the Mega Man X series. You have a first-time rep from that series, and also you have a Mega Man villain right there.
I can see that.
Would be cool.
I can see that, but Marvel vs. Capcom is so recently new.
True.
Infinite.
Yeah. Infinite. Yeah.
Or here's what we're gonna get.
Or Sigma could be a boss in the boss battle mode.
You know how Sakurai likes to joke with us a little bit?
Yes.
Here's what's gonna happen.
Trolls everybody because he keeps everyone speculating.
Sakurai's gonna troll us, and he's gonna be like, "We're gonna get another Sonic character. We're gonna get Shadow." But first thing that has to come out, you know what we're getting?
I guarantee everyone right now listening, calling it Shadow's definitely happening.
Like I said, it's up to
no matter what either of us thinks.
It's up to Sega to give the license out for Shadow. But here's what's gonna happen.
I know, but
Sega's never gonna not. Sega doesn't have anything. They have to work with Nintendo. Basically.
I know.
Yeah, technically they're part of Nintendo.
Since Sega is all about memes nowadays with the Sonic franchise, you know what we're gonna get?
Yeah, the Sonic Twitter's hilarious.
We're gonna get Yukon and Knuckles.
No. We're gonna go straight off. They're gonna hire the guy that did Duke Nukem and then give us Big the Cat.
Oh no, please, John St. John.
Yes, we're gonna get Big the Cat. It would be like the most obvious choice for Sega for it to be a meme.
Leave John St. John alone. That guy's suffered enough.
Listen, the last thing he was in was Duke Nukem's character for Bulletstorm Definitive Edition.
Oh yeah. That was actually pretty cool, but I didn't play the remaster. I played the original.
Now let's talk about
it's a lot of fun.
We have 10 minutes, so because I'm gonna leave by 6:30. So let's talk about Isabelle now.
All right, Isabelle.
Let me ask you this first before we go. Do you have no other option on the table for any other character that could have a higher
Goku?
No.
I originally ruled
OP character.
Well, here's the thing. I had a few other options, but now I was thinking about it logically. I see them as possible DLC characters. That would be, as Jared mentioned earlier, I see Sora possibly as DLC if Sakurai can work something out with Disney.
I don't see that because nothing Disney. Sakurai never done anything with Disney, and Disney's really what do you call it? Disney protective over their IPs.
That's what I'm saying. Possibly, we don't know. Banjo Kazooie, possibly a huge DLC. That would be a huge deal for him.
They were saying Banjo Kazooie or a Minecraft stage.
Yeah, Minecraft Steve.
Well, not Steve. Minecraft Steve doesn't have enough to do with being a fighter, but they could add a stage.
All we know so far is we're definitely going to get something Minecraft themed, like maybe a stage or some type of content. But maybe. I don't know about a character though.
I can see a stage.
Minecraft.
I don't either, but it's very popular, and also Nintendo and Microsoft are buddy, so it would make sense that they're like, hey, you know what? How about you put Minecraft in your game? Sure, we'll do it, Microsoft.
Well, then people were saying doing that. People were saying, oh, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna make an actual character, give us Master Chief.
Yeah.
Because Master Chief is more of a better character, but I highly think that if Microsoft is going to allow anything to be in Smash Brothers, I feel like even if it's not.
I think the better Microsoft stage, if anything, would probably be Gruntilda's tower
from Banjo Kazooie,
or the Spiral Mountain from Banjo Kazooie. I think that would make more sense.
What I feel like is going to be we're either going to get nothing as like actual like beneficial content to Smash Brothers from Microsoft, and we're just going to get like a Minecraft Steve trophy. Because of being Rayman having a trophy and not being anything related to Smash Brothers.
That's funny you bring Rayman up because another character some people want, and I see him maybe as a DLC fighter. I don't really see him coming into the game as much as I would love him, and I used to he was on my list of who I used to want before the Smash Direct. Now I kind of ruled him out. Possibly DLC, maybe we could see Rayman.
Well, the thing is, though, I don't think...
Because of Nintendo's close relationship they've had lately with Ubisoft.
Yes, but at the same time, I don't think...
They had Assassin's Creed.
Oh, man.
No.
Freaking Ezio just slashing, like, Isabelle with his sword is a really fun.
It should be a cameo because of Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Mario Odyssey.
They always get released on the same day, Mario and Assassin's Creed.
That is weird, yeah.
Last year,
Super Mario Odyssey and Assassin's Creed
came out on the same day.
That is so weird,
This year it's Mario Party, and then...
I'm just thinking, though, overall...
That is weird, yeah.
Overall, Sakurai, in the sense of making a logical Smash Brothers roster, he doesn't do, and he always said it, he doesn't want to make it too much outgrowing, where you get too many third-party characters that breaks the rule of being a Nintendo franchise.
I think they already broke the rules.
Not necessarily, because every character, every DLC, every third-party character or franchise that came from there has always been a staple.
What if they really trolled where they added Thanos?
It would be done. It would be over. Someone posted online.
I saw someone say this.
Imagine they added Master Hand as a character.
You can do that in Melee.
You can actually hack Melee and do that.
I never heard of that before.
Yeah, you can hack it with an actual replay. You can do that with Crazy Hand.
But what if they added him as an actual character, though?
It wouldn't be too OP.
That'd be cool, but it'd be the same situation that people were complaining about for years with Ridley, where it's like, oh, he's too big.
No, but he's just a character where you can't add him as an actual character because he's always a boss, and he's just there at every Smash Bros. Game as a boss. You can't. Not like Ridley. Well, Ridley was only in Wii U as a
stage hazard.
Stage hazard, and then Brawl as the boss. But all this aside, I think he's not going to add too many third-party characters. We're going to get maybe more echoes of either characters that already been established, or maybe more Nintendo characters that make sense. But I don't know. Like I said, Evil Ryu can happen, or can
because of all the evidence, and I know you disagree with me on some things. My last four, if I have to choose four, well, that would of course obviously Incineroar, because we know pretty much he's happening. Gino, Skull Kid, Shadow. If I have to choose a fifth one, I'm obviously going to put Ken or maybe Evil Ryu or Akuma as the Echo Fighter or something for Ryu. So now that you guys brought that up, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually more open to those ideas than Ken, because Ken is kind of seems like way too easy to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you guys.
He's too much of a clone. For
Ryu, even Ryu is even more.
He's based. He is
Ken is the original
Ryu original.
If you're talking about character, you're talking about Ken, right? Ken's the original clone character.
Oh, really?
In the original Street Fighter, he was always the exact same as Ryu.
Basically the same thing, but
the only difference he really had was with like his uppercuts and stuff.
Well, it depends on what they do, because with Ryu,
true.
Ryu wasn't just like, okay, here's Street Fighter 2. Now we're gonna just take all the moves and put them in there. Ryu was based off of like every game up to Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
So Ken can be the same thing, but they can pick and choose.
I just really want more villains. I
have
enough villains.
I know that's why I really want Skull Kid, dude.
Now, to wrap this up...
Skull Kid would be a great addition. He's more of like a prankster, but he's also... Sometimes he feels like just messing with people, pulling pranks on them, like in Twilight Princess. And then the next day, he feels like wanting to crash the Earth with the moon. So, he can be very temperamental and be like, today I feel like either being a villain or being a prankster. What should I do, guys? So, I think he'd be a unique fighter. And
Skull Kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he would definitely be.
And for his people are wondering what his final smash should be. Work off one of his forms from Majora's Mask, like maybe Majora's Wrath, which is his final form, could be his final smash. There you go.
Oh my god, I just thought of something.
Base's moveset off, as I said earlier. Base's moveset similar off Hyrule Warriors. He was in that game. He looked kick-ass in that game from the footage I've seen. Make his moveset similar to that.
All the time.
I just thought of something. It makes more sense for him to be a character, and you know why?
It's the first time you're ever able to even play as him in any game, actually, was Hyrule Warriors, which is very interesting.
You know why?
Especially because he's only been in, like, 4 Zelda games, or 4 games overall is how many games he's been in total.
Here's the thing, though, and it makes more sense now he could be a character, Skull Kid.
Unless you count Smash 4.
Because if the story mode is like, if it's anything like, say, Subspace Emissary, but not, but the better version of it. Just think of this: Skull Kid's a character. He comes out of nowhere and just with like, you have to fight this giant boss Link. Like, tell me to fight the giant boss, and then he throws the Majora's Mask at him, and then fucking turns into fierce deity.
They might, in the Subspace Emissary, they might add a whole bunch of different things.
You don't know yet, but
here's the thing also. People are theorizing also about Skull Kid is because of the fact that they showed us most of the characters so far at E3 and for stuff like that, they've showed us a good amount of characters' Final Smashes. We have not seen Young Link's Final Smash yet, and people are theorizing that it's going to be something to do with him becoming Fierce Duty Link. Because
I would love that.
You know how you keep having characters with the good guys and then the bad guys, like Samus, Dark Samus, Link, Ganondorf. You'll have Young Link's villain be Skull Kid, and then obviously he uses Majora's Mask. Young Link, to counteract him, would be Fierce Duty Link, to counteract the evil that is Skull Kid.
But maybe, but they don't do, like I said, they don't really want to do the transformation thing much in Final Smashes.
Yeah,
if they add more Pokemon.
I feel like Fierce Duty Link would be similar to how Giga Bowser is now, where it would be just an automatic Final Smash, or you have to aim at the screen a certain way, like Giga Bowser is now, it's just where you just have to like attack a certain part by aiming around the stage. It could be something like that.
Alright, so to wrap this off, we have a couple minutes left.
And then we gotta ask Jared who he thinks. For real though, not a joke character like Goku.
Well, what do you think? We'll ask him first, then we'll go on to Isabelle.
How many characters left do you think, both for Unique and for Echo, and who?
How many do they have left? 4?
That's what I'm theorizing.
Technically, the theory is that there's going to be 2, but
there's a theory saying there's 2 left, but I don't believe it.
It's going to be 2. It might be another like a new character that they probably haven't added from any series before yet. They might do that. I'm not sure who, but it might be just like a new character from that you wouldn't expect. It might be
Some people are saying that they're gonna add someone no one's gonna expect. Yeah. Some people are thinking that,
and that's what they could make the last character might be a clone character.
They could also go in the direction of the last character that we ever get at the last reveal can be no one ever expected, and and it's gonna either be like Big the Cat or fucking like a Pianta.
Oh, man, I'd like to see Pianta just running away when Mario squirts in front of him and going, no! Anytime you're on stage squirting in front of him, he's just like, no!
Oh my god, then you have a Pianta, then you have Knuckles, and you did one said, when the Pianta said no, and then Knuckles like,
oh no!
From Sonic Adventure, just record that exact line.
They probably have
They
that.
might have Rayman, that's who I think they might have. Or Shadow.
Shadow, no matter what, I'd still believe he's getting in.
They didn't add Shovel Knight yet, right?
He's an assist trophy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they don't do indie characters as like actual characters.
At least he's in the game at all. I still think that's really cool. So maybe they're testing him right now, like they did with other characters, to be like, hey, maybe in the future we can make him.
Maybe another Mega Man character or a Bayonetta character.
If it's another Mega Man character, I was hoping for Zero, but he's an assist trophy. And here's the thing: Proto Man and Base are part of his Final Smash now, so that completely rules them out too.
Roll.
So,
but what about a villain?
So maybe Roll, or maybe Dr. Wily or Sigma.
I feel like Dr. Wily would be in the story mode.
I was about to say, unless they plan on putting him in the boss mode, him and Dr. Robotnik, I feel like would be best for the boss mode.
It would make sense.
Some people are saying that Skull Kid will be in the boss mode, but no, I'm thinking Skull Kid will be more of the fighter, not boss mode. I think that makes more sense. Because here's the thing, they've been teasing and trolling at Skull Kid since the August Direct, and even before then, Reggie, during a Direct where he talked about, I think it was Diablo 3 being confirmed for a Switch, and if you look closely at Reggie's desk, you would see a little figure of Skull Kid that came out with Majora's Mask 3D a few years ago. It's like he's putting that.
They're hinting it a lot.
It's like he's doing that, and you see that on his desk. And you look really closely at Reggie Fils-Ai's desk. You see the Skull Kid figure there that came out with Majora's Mask 3D a few years ago. And then Sakurai had those chairs and the couch and the pillows that all matched the color scheme of Skull Kid and his two fairy friends, Tattle and Tail, the purple and yellow fairies. It's like they keep doing that, and the fact that he's not an assist trophy anymore, I don't think he or Shadow or anyone else that could be coming would be cut from the game as being assist trophies for no good reason. I feel like there has to be a purpose to why he replaced them with the Moon, replaced them with Shadow with Knuckles, and etc. I feel like there has to be a better reason why he removed them.
That's true.
Like,
it makes sense.
Think about it logically. It's like, why did he remove them? He replaced them, but ignore the fact that he replaced Shadow with Knuckles. Ignore the fact that Skull Kid's been replaced with the Moon. Take that out of the equation. Why have we not seen them have any role in the game yet?
Because they're probably going to release them at the very last thing, like the what the fuck characters.
That's what I'm saying. There's definitely
What if even after they announce characters, there's still secret characters after the game comes out?
They never done that unless with DLC.
Yeah. So I definitely think there will be DLC though, because that's like printing money for them. So.
Like the ultimate characters like hidden behind the rest of the roster, and it's like just waiting for it to be unlocked at the very last date Sakurai dies.
Counting DLC, I'm guessing we're probably going to have close to like 80 characters, if not make it to 80 characters.
This might be the last Smash game of its kind?
I don't think so. This kind, yes, because
that's up to Sakurai, but I know up to this caliber, yes, because how is he going to top it from here?
He said he said that don't expect us to do what we did here. Like we got every character from the entire franchise back into one game. Don't ever expect that to ever happen again.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that, and it made me a little sad. But I'm like, hey, well, at least
it's hard to spend all that kind of money to get all the licensing fees and pay it all off, and it's it's a lot of work just to get. If it was only like 3 characters you had to add to the game,
it might be losing more money on the game than making.
You know what I'm looking for?
You're only paying $60 for the game.
You know what I'm looking forward to? You know what I'm looking forward to? Counting the 6 returning characters with the 9 new fighters that got announced. So far, there's a total of 15 amiibos that are going to come out that I have to collect.
There's 19.
And then there's going to be a few more counting any other new fighters.
There's 19 amiibos altogether that we haven't gotten yet.
Well, here's the thing also. I don't know if they're going to release amiibos for characters that got completely new designs for this game, like Link or Zelda or Ganondorf. I wonder if they're going to give them new amiibos to give them.
They already said though, like they're not trying to.
Out of here.
Yeah,
because there's traffic too.
Yeah.
But they already said though that they're not doing amiibo on different designs on characters. They're just releasing characters we haven't gotten yet.
Alright, that's what I was thinking, because I'm like, yeah, maybe that would mean I spend less money if that's the case. I'm hoping so.
Alright, so just to wrap this off really quick, what do you think of...
I want a Shadow amiibo so badly though, so that's another reason why I want Shadow.
Alright, so what do you think of... So what do you think of Isabelle? We'll do it for 2 minutes and then...
I never got into the Animal Crossing series. Not that I have anything against it. It's just not my cup of tea. But I'm happy for the fans that are happy for her because she's pretty much become the mascot of that series at this point.
You know what makes no sense?
If I were to play as her or Villager and had the choice now, I think I'd rather play as her because she looks like she might even be better.
She might be.
She's not even an Echo Fighter, but she has some similarities to Villager, but is also her own character.
Yeah.
But it's like she's a little similar. But
Villager is one of the worst characters.
He's actually really good. I like him.
He has a good move, like the tree move, but like...
You gotta know how to use them, that's the thing.
That's how it is with a lot of characters.
But...
Like, I suck as Diddy Kong, and I used to hate Diddy Kong, and now I appreciate him.
You know what I think?
It's okay, I don't either. It's not my cup of tea.
I'll end it off here with my thoughts of Isabelle. I like her as a character. She could be better than Villager, but not. We don't know yet. We don't know her attributes in the sense of is she stronger, is she weaker, is she heavier, is she lighter, is she faster or slower? We don't know that yet, but time will tell. But also, you know what was really crazy?
What?
Right after that announcement came out, like many people were just reacting to it on the internet.
Yeah, I saw a whole bunch of videos.
Someone posted on Twitter. It was like, really?
Just be
like with Tom Nook is like, really? Really? Isabelle got announced? I've been here for over 20 years. And all of a sudden...
Poor Tom Nook.
He's like, I've been here for over 20 fucking years. I've been giving people houses, giving people opportunities, and all of a sudden Isabelle comes out in like 2010, 2012, and one game you leave, and automatically she's the fucking mascot of this franchise. Where am I? You know what? Screw you. No more housing, no more nothing. You're all living in a fucking alley right now.
You know what I was thinking the other day? Imagine if she's completely absent from the upcoming Animal Crossing game, and then they reference, it's like, where's Isabelle at? Oh, she's busy in a competition playing with friends and having competitive fun with each other. They just reference Smash in the game. Be like, yeah, she's not here because she's out fighting against a bunch of other different characters.
That would be cool, but it won't happen, though, because Villager is still in the game, regardless of what you do.
True. I just think it'd be funny if they did that as a joke.
Yeah. So, I'm happy for, like I said, I'm happy for the fans that we got Isabella. I'm happy for the people that love Isabella. I'm not happy for anyone that likes to think that Isabella is a fucking furry and a fucking waifu. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, that's pretty disturbing.
No, because, like, literally, like, I didn't know how big of a thing that was until Isabella got announced. It was like...
As I said, people are going to make weird, disturbing, deviant art porn of her and Duck Hunt dolls.
You know what someone said, though?
People are definitely going to do that if they haven't already.
You know what someone said, though?
Because they're the two characters in the game that are dogs.
Do you know the guy of Etiquette Network?
Yeah, I think so.
He posted a video, like, his reaction to Isabelle, and literally, he posted it. He said this on YouTube, too. Do you know what the top second trending thing on the internet was after Isabelle got announced?
What?
Rule 35 of Isabelle.
Don't you mean Rule 34?
34, yeah.
Oh, God.
I was like, that was the second top trending thing ever.
Well, we'll end it on that note, and let us know.
You are filthy people, and you need to get your head out of the gutter. We'll see you in the next discussion.
Don't say it to me like.
And let us know what you think.
Stop being a filthy Frank.
Let me know what you thought of
I'm worse than filthy Frank.
Let us know what you thought of our picks for who we think are getting in the game, who we don't think are. Let us know your thoughts about anything we talked about, who you want to see, who you think might get in.
And what do you want to see AVGN?
Maybe as a skin for Project M if that gets on the Switch.
Never had it happen, but as always, we'll like, comment, subscribe, click the annotations on the screen. That'll be there.
Thanks to me.
And we will always thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.